End the cap on Social Security wages. All right, my friends, so I'm just minding my own, sitting in the Grand Rapids, Michigan airport, getting ready to go back to Atlanta. I come across this article in SSRN, which is the Social Sciences Research Network by a guy from University of California, Berkeley College of Law. An Indian, it sounds like an Indian name to me. And first of all, he's a blatant racist. There's no other way around that because he's comparing the wages, the Social Security benefits of whites to blacks and Native Americans. And I said, it's weird how you left some people out there, guy. You left Indians, not American Indians, but Indians, and you left Asians out. And if we actually look at the benefits for Social Security for Indians and Asians, we're going to find, wow, ironically, they get more than the average white. Huh, why do you leave that out there, guy? Yeah, the white savior is such a, but when you start getting into newcomer savior, to save old comers in America, it's disgusting. It's anti-white crap, and I'm sick of it. And you should be too. If you're going to do a comparison, you don't compare whites to blacks and American Indians. You compare everybody. You see what I'm saying? You compare Hispanics. You compare American Indians, blacks, whites. You also compare Indians from India. You also compare Asians. You can even, if you want to divide and conquer, you can do Chinese. You can do the whole thing. It's so stupid, though. Anyway, his whole premise is if we get rid of the wage cap, it's just so stupid. This guy, I cannot believe. Here I am, just a guy in my t-shirt, sitting in the airport, haven't shaved a couple days. I'm like, I can take this guy apart 2 seconds flat. It's not physically, I'm just saying his argument. So he's saying, let's get rid of the wage cap because the wage cap is regressive taxation. So progressive taxation means you tax the people who make more. You say you make more money, you pay more tax. That's progressive. Regressive taxation is you tax the people on the lower end more than you tax the people on the higher end. Now, if you look at a percentage rise, he's right. You say, yes, we do tax the people more on the lower end relative to we tax the people on the higher end if you look at it in terms of the income they make. That's just a fact because there's a wage cap. So if you make $3 million, you pay less percentage of Social Security taxation than if you make $30,000. That's just a fact. In terms of how much you pay in raw dollars, that's a whole different ballgame, though. And so that's one thing that ticks me off. The part two that ticks me off, you say, oh my goodness, the benefits is that the average Native American, American Indian, the average black doesn't live as long as 79-year-old for the white life expectancy. Oh, it's such a stupid thing to argue, but let's just go with it. Okay, so how long does the average Asian live? How long does the average Indian live? Very interesting. How come we're excluding those people? And then what he wants to do, so he says basically the average American Indian only gets 50 cents on the dollar as the average white. The average black only gets 75 cents on the dollar as the average white. So then what he wants to do, he wants to basically get rid of the cap because whites make all the money apparently according to him. It's weird how I guarantee this Indian guy from the University of California, Berkeley Law School makes more than average white. I guarantee it. You want to bet? Come up with me to Maine, dude. Well, I'll show you there, guy. But anyway, so he wants to say, so we're going to get rid of the wage cap to make it more righteous, right? And so how does he want to make it more righteous? We're going to give basically the first 10,000 of Social Security, you don't have to pay income tax on. I'm okay with that. How does that fix the life expectancy issue there, guy? Life expectancy for, you said one of the issues is the average black and the average American Indian only make 75 and 50 cents on the dollar compared to the average white. So if we give the people a tax deduction or we give them a zero taxation on the first $10,000 of income for Social Security, which I'm all for, how does that fix the life expectancy issue? It doesn't, you freaking idiot. So what do you do instead? What you should do if you're going to tax people, the wealthier, i.e. small business people, which I am, tax them more, and then he's also going to still keep the caps on your average index monthly earnings. So you're going to say you still can't make more than $3,600. But the lower earnings aren't going to get the benefit until they are on Social Security. These are how stupid these people are, man. What you should do, if you're really that caring, you shouldn't say, I'm going to wait till you're on Social Security to receive a small benefit. You say, no, we're going to tax those guys over there and just transfer immediately to the poor people. Now, I don't want to do that either because there's enough transfers as it is. And by the way, the transfers aren't included in your income. The transfers from Section 8, transfers from Medicaid, transfers from welfare, transfers from food stamps are not included in income that lower earnings people make. Just as not. That's just a fact. But let's just say you were going to say, look, we want to be more progressive. We want to show we're in with the George Floyd people. We're going to show BLM we care, because we don't want you to come after us, so we're going to show you our bona fides. We're going to blame Whitey. What you do is you say, we're only going to give you a benefit But the first $10,000 will be tax-free, and anything else you got to pay tax on. But how do I get that benefit? Well, you got to live long enough to get on Social Security as it is. Huh. But I'm still only going to survive. The life expectancy for an American Indian or a black is still going to be much lower than everybody else. Yeah. So that doesn't fix anything. No. So why should I wait until I'm 65, 67, 62 to get that benefit? Why should I get it now? When I need the money now, I got kids, I want to buy a house. This is what happens when you're dealing with anti-woke, when you're dealing with woke crap throughout our society. Let this thing go. Is people have lost their mind. They can't think. They think everything in platitudes, everything in blacks or anti-white stuff, because this is how you get promoted in college campuses. We all know this, man. You say, oh, we're going to blame that guy over there. Why? Because he's pale. So that guy's going to get all the burden of our hostility, but don't come after me, especially from a guy with an Indian name. He might be second generation. I don't know. But it's so trite now to put everything in black versus white when we have so many other people in this country who are doing great, who aren't white, so many other people in this country who are doing poorly, who are white, to make it like it's in 1965. It's embarrassing. But then your argument is weak when it comes to Social Security as well. As I've already said, if I was Trump, I would go right now. If you make more than $1 million, you lose any QDI, qualified dividend income, tax preference. You say, no, we're going to tax this ordinary income. You lose any long-term capital gain tax preference. We're going to tax this ordinary income. So if you're freaking Bernie Sanders and you sell your freaking one of your 9 million houses that you have, you're going to pay freaking ordinary income on it. You're not going to get long-term capital gain without 100%. If you're freaking Jeff Bezos and you sell some of your Amazon stocks, you can go give it to these freaking fools, these nonprofits, World Economic Foundation. We're going to tax you as, there not be any benefits of charitable giving either. No foundations. Foundations pay income tax. Foundations pay property tax. Nonprofits pay income tax. Nonprofits pay property tax. No charitable giving from Jeff Bezos, from anybody. I don't even care if you give it to your church. The vast majority of people who receive the benefits of charitable giving aren't Joe Schmo and Grandma Jones down the street on Central Ave, Peaks Island, Maine. They're just not, because they don't have enough income in which to qualify. They don't do itemization. They do standard deductions. So they don't have enough income in which they do itemization in which to get the benefit of charitable giving. I'd get rid of all charitable giving tax exemptions right now. If you want to raise the taxes, you raise on QDI and a long-term capital gain for people making more than $1 million. You don't raise the taxes on the Social Security wage cap by taxing small business entrepreneurs like myself, who are freaking, this guy also says, well, a lawyer making $300,000 makes $100,000 in capital gain. That's just so freaking stupid, dude. There's no lawyer making $300,000 that's $100,000 in capital gain. It's just dumb. It's idiotic. And it's like, so we're not, these people are just beneath us in terms of their ability to think rationally, to think straight. There is a political benefit to going and increasing Social Security for the people who are on the lower earning spectrum. 100%. That's your base, Trump. That's your base Republican Party. I just do not fight to give more money to Ukraine and then and then provide more tax benefits to the uber wealthy. It's not. Those aren't your base. Your base is to take care of middle income workers, small business entrepreneurs, and lower income people. Until you do that, you guys are worthless, man, in the Republican Party. Because you're like, oh, we got to give more and more money to Ukraine. We got make sure the wealthy aren't paying any more than they should. Nah, man, those days are so gone. This isn't the Laffer curve anymore. Those days have been behind us since 1978 when Laffer and Reagan met at some coffee shop. If that's even true. So, anyway, so let me see if my flight's getting here. Get ready to Atlanta. Grand Rapids Airport kicks ass, dude. Took from dropping my car off 30 minutes to get to my gate, and I included a 10-minute pit stop to get some coffee too. That is what I'm talking about. Atlanta, it took 2 hours just to get through security. Ooh, this is fantastic. I love these small airports. They kick ass. All right, we'll see you.